There's been a civil war in Syria for over 4 years. During this time, European media reported on the increasing power of the so-called Islamic State. Still, those atrocities were always at a distance. Asylum seekers have long tried to build new lives for themselves in Europe. Traditional migration routes reach across Africa and through parts of the Middle East, ending in countries like Germany, Greece, Spain, Italy, France, and the UK. But as the war in Syria advanced, many more people sought a better life elsewhere. Now the total stands at 4 million refugees from Syria alone. Add to that Afghans, Eritreans and Iraqis looking to escape extremists or oppression by the state. They left to nearby countries and to Europe. Earlier this year, a wave of asylum seekers came via the Balkan states and over the sea to Italy and Greece. They wanted to reach Europe and, in most cases thanks to its open-door policy, Germany. The consequences of a brutal war on the other side of the Mediterranean Sea have now reached the European Union.
Hier ist das erste deutsche Fernsehen mit der Tagesschau.
Nach einer Zusage Deutschlands und Österreichs zur Aufnahme weiterer Flüchtlinge sind heute in Wien und München tausende Schutzsuchende aus Ungarn eingetroffen.
Here at Munich railway station there are scores of volunteers waiting to hand them food and drink, donated clothing. But all around me are ordinary members of the German public who have come here, some of them carrying bags of soft toys which they intend to hand to the refugees and their children as they walk past in this special corridor.
They've just got off the one train and now they're about to get on another. This one going to Germany. What an amazingly rapid transit this is for them. Some of them have spent months on the road, some even years. And now, in a couple of days, from Hungary to Austria, directly to Germany and a new life.
For some, the connection has been indirect by train from Budapest via Hungary. The lucky ones boarded trains with quicker routes from the Hungarian capital to Munich, looking for safe haven, sanctuary, and hopefully a new life in Germany.
Krawalle vor Flüchtlingsheim. Im sächsischen Heidenau gibt es Verletzte und Festnahmen.
Wir sind das Volk! Wir sind das Volk! Wir sind das Volk!
Thousands demonstrated in Dresden to protest the soaring number of refugees in Germany. The demonstration was countered by a smaller pro-refugee group.
فترة 6 أشهر كنت موقف بسوريا وضليت 3 سنين خارج سوريا وهلا أنا بألمانيا مع 3 أولاد وأمهم.
Ich war ein halbes Jahr im Gefängnis, 3 Jahre auf der Flucht und bin nun mit meinen 3 kleinen Kindern und meiner Frau in Deutschland.
And here's where we are now. Official estimates put the number of refugees coming to Germany this year alone at over 1 million. Most politicians in Germany want to show that they care. They want to show the country's humanitarian side. After all, Germany faced its own humanitarian crises before. The banishment of Germans from Central and Eastern Europe after the Second World War, and the economic burden when East and West Germany reunited.
But good intentions aren't enough. It's up to each state and local authority within Germany to find ways to deal with the influx of refugees, and they're under strain from a chronic lack of funding and resources.
Ich sehe, dass viele im Augenblick alles geben.
Germany's Chancellor Angela Merkel says she sees many people are at breaking point. Some mayors and city councillors are even asking her if she knows what's going on a local level.
Ich glaube, ich weiß das und ich bin dankbar dafür, was da geleistet wird.
I'm standing outside the State Office for Health and Social Affairs in the Berlin district of Moabit. Despite the almost freezing temperatures, there's a long line of asylum seekers sitting on the ground. They're waiting to be registered. Without registration, they'll have no access to any state help, including healthcare and housing.
Termin is tomorrow, but I'm here today.
After a long journey to get to Germany, all these people can do is wait in the cold for registration. Even after getting an appointment, they have to wait overnight to have a chance of having their case processed. Still then, they could be turned away. So you're waiting now through the night?
All night waiting here. 2 months here, me, no money. Every day here, tomorrow.
For the refugees, registration is just the first step on a long road to rebuilding their lives.
One problem is Lagizo, because I am every day, in 1 month, every day come, and every day more people come.
So you've got no money?
No money, and every day sleep or the street or any friend or no place to sleep.
All of the refugees I spoke to here made it clear that they were very happy with their treatment by most Germans. But it was the state, in this case the department responsible for registration in Berlin, LAGESO, which was hated by most of the people who I talked to.
Thank you for everything. German people so nice and always help people, but problem LAGESO.
It shows to what extent the authorities are pushed to the limits of their resources. Can Germany really deal with this refugee crisis? Is Berlin up to the task?
We put this question to Rainer Michael Lehmann. He's the spokesperson on integration for the Social Democratic Party in Berlin. His political party is the majority coalition partner in Berlin's state parliament.
Ich finde das nach wie vor ein sehr, sehr großes Ärgernis, weil das ja eine Sache ist.
I find it frustrating because it's not as if this situation appeared overnight. It's hard to comprehend the kind of measures that are being taken because they're human beings. That people are being sheltered quickly and then have to go back and forth to places like the State Office for Health and Social Affairs. The responsible senator recently told me that some families won't leave their place in line. The families are worried about being pushed back further and further, and that when their number is called they won't be there. So it's an organizational problem. What I can't understand is, despite the staff shortages here, there's been no possibility to avoid asylum seekers camping outside. That's just not acceptable.
Hier immer noch keine Möglichkeiten geschaffen worden sind, dass nicht Menschen draußen kampieren müssen. Das geht so eben überhaupt nicht.
The local authorities are begging for more money and resources on a state level. The states are looking to the national government for help. And they, in turn, are looking towards cooperation at a European level. So, who's going to pick up the slack?
Back outside the registration office, I met Fadi. He's Syrian, but not a refugee. He, along with friends and relatives, have set up a private initiative to help the asylum seekers waiting outside in the cold.
So today we had a lot of clothing. The whole van was full of clothing, and we just were standing here offering the clothing for the people, for the refugees, and after we finished we started serving the food. There are refugees who have already got their refugee status, and this means that they get their residence or they get their monthly payment, which covers a little bit some of their expenses and the rent of their house. And there are the people who came to Germany and they're still waiting. So these people don't have any shelter and don't have any money because they are still waiting to get the official papers. And I think the third category is the category that is waiting for the second category. So third is even worse. They are not even standing. They have to wait more. So I think these people, they are not registered officially by the German government or the Berlin government, so they don't get money.
This is a humanitarian problem, which also means it's a political problem. As an opposition party in the Berlin state government, the Green Party has been critical of the reaction to the migration crisis. Here's Kenan Bayram, the integration spokesperson for the Greens.
Ja, es ist schon offensichtlich, dass der Staat dort nicht funktioniert.
Yes, it's obvious that the state just isn't working. The state isn't fulfilling its legal duty. What's worse is that people are suffering the consequences because the government isn't managing to register everyone, which is needed to provide asylum seekers with basic provisions.
Geflüchteten zu gewährleisten und das Minimum, was der Staat leistet.
The minimum that the state should be able to afford is to pay people some pocket money to offer them health care.
Das nicht gelingt und gerade vor der Registrierungsstelle in der Turmstraße
At the registration office in Berlin, volunteers are offering food and sometimes even serving refugees other basic needs. It's shameful for the city of Berlin. This has been going on for months, so you get the impression this won't be resolved anytime soon.
Dass man den Eindruck hat, es wird auch zeitnah keine Lösung geben.
And this is just one example from one state in one country. The Bundesländer and local authorities across Germany have been under strain for months.